My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school basketball. Coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
38-30, the Cadillac Vikings with the lead over the Glen Lake Lakers. Jay Simon alongside Kevin Gregory. Dakota Pike running the show for us in the truck. Kaylee Buck, Sean Strachan, and Benjamin Ari on cameras, bringing you all these wonderful images. Lakers with the ball. Bunnick quickly to start the third quarter. Misses the three. Christensen with the rebound. Hope Emmington with the 3 fouls remains on the bench. Kylie Christensen with the 3 fouls in the game right now for the Vikings. Nobody in foul trouble for the Lakers. Poplinski has 2, and that's it. 7.5 to go, just underway here in the fourth. Little left all alone on the baseline, driving, and they're going to get the foul call as Bonzale, trying to defend the baseline, will pick up the body shot.
She was in good position, Bonsley was there, Jay. These girls, they got to take one step over and use that baseline as your 6th defender. She could have cut Alexi Little off right there, fall backwards, maybe get a charge, but that's something they'll get.
Johns will inbound. Long 2 from Polis, off the mark. Here comes Bunzik. Left-handed layup, nice! Kelly Bunnick, I don't know why I called her Bunzik, with a nice left-handed layup. Tell you what, that's 100% better than any left-handed layup I got.
That is not easy to do, full steam in transition like that with someone bearing down on the back of you. Great finish by her.
6-point Viking lead, 7 minutes to go. As Bonzale camping out in the paint, daring Hannah Emmington to take a shot. Down low for Christensen. Another nice job, blocked by Lacrosse, but it ends up in the hands of Johns. And Johns can't get the second to go, but she'll draw the foul on Bonzale, who picks up her 3rd. Great defense again by the undersized Lacrosse. I'm not sure how many inches she's given up. I'll tell you right now, she's 5'8". Christensen's a solid 6 foot. But got the block. It's her 2nd block on Christensen as Johns misses the 1st.
I know he will never watch this broadcast and he will never hear it, and that's not why I'm saying it. But it's like when I throw Jamie Peterson across the gym. Sometimes it's just good timing and good position.
I wish I could deny that's ever happened, but I can't. Johns makes the 2nd. And don't think I'm not going to text Jamie Peterson and tell him to make sure he watches this. With 6:48 to go here in the 4th. Bunnick into the corner for Lacrosse. Little skip pass for Hazelton. 15-footer from Poplinski. No good. Good ball movement, though, and a good look from the Lakers.
Yep, that was good offense that time. Got exactly what they wanted. Anytime you get a wide-open 12, 15-footer or a layup, you had a good possession.
Hope Emmington back in the game now for Cadillac. Starters on the floor for the Vikings. Hazelton trying to stay with Johns. Does a nice job. Forces the errant pass, and here comes Bunnick up ahead for Poplinski. Stop, thought about it, trying to cut inside Christensen, and we're going to get a foul call on the shot, and it'll be interesting to see who they give this to. Christensen was in the area, but they're going to call it on Hannah Emmington, and that will be Hannah's 3rd. So both Emmington sisters with 3 fouls, Christensen with 3.
You notice the catch by Poplinski on that? She didn't catch the ball running and immediately try to put it on the floor and get to the rim. Caught that ball under control with a jump stop, was able to kind of let the defense slide by her a little bit, able to get to the line. That was really, really well played by her.
Makes 1 of 2. 39-33 Vikings. 6:05 to go here in the 4th. Hope Emmington looking down low. Christensen from Johns, taken away by Bonzale. Ball on the floor. Bonzale through the legs, comes up with it. Little Harlem Globetrotters action there. Bunnick over the timeline. And that's a travel. Bunnick wanted to pass. It got cut off by the Vikings, and then she couldn't stop her momentum, so the turnover will give it back to the Vikings. Christensen, tough shot, will get the foul. The hoop and the harm for Kylie Christensen. That's one of those situations where Jennifer Lacrosse really Probably just needed to let Christensen take that horse dribble and lay it up and in.
Yeah, probably
wasn't going to be much way of stopping that.
Probably not going to get a block. Probably not going to change your shot too much.
Christensen converts the three-point play. And we're going to get, I don't know what that was.
Couldn't hear.
I don't think anybody knows what that was. 5.5 to go in the game. It's a 9-point Viking lead. Hazelton pump fakes Christensen. Christensen holding her ground. And we're going to get a timeout by the Lakers as Lacrosse was on the floor with nowhere to go. And Coach Jason Bradford will get the timeout. It's a 9-point Viking lead.
That's a great timeout by Coach Bradford right there, Jay. Like you said, it's 9-point lead, but you have the ball. But you want to draw up something. Here, try and cut it to 7. There's 5.5 to go. That's plenty of time. But if you get a bucket here that allows you to set up some form of a press, we've seen 1-2-2. We've seen full court man-to-man. So you could expect he's going to put some kind of pressure on there to try and get Cadillac turn the ball over, because his team's had the most success tonight, not in a walk-it-up half-court set, but in a, I got a steal, we're out in transition, my girls made an athletic move, and a good finish.
42-33, the timeout, a full timeout. I think the Lakers still have a 30-second timeout. I need to apologize to our viewers. I muted myself, but I could still hear myself. I muted myself so that I could chew, but I'm not sure if that didn't, I'm not sure if it worked, because I could still hear myself. So if it didn't work, I apologize.
I'm going to mute you.
Dakota's going to tell Benjamin, and Benjamin's going to go, no, I heard every word. I heard every bit of that. And it was disgusting. 5:24 to go in the game. Lakers will inbound under their own basket. Bunnick trying to get it to Hazelton, tapped away by Christensen.
I'm going to call a full court man-to-man out of a next made bucket by Glen Lake.
Ewing over to Bunnick. Bonzale between the circles. Bunnick driving, trying to find Lacrosse in the paint, taken away by the Vikings. Little will give it up to Johns, and the 6-foot Michaela Johns will bring the ball over the timeline. Looking for Christensen, and just didn't get enough air under that, and then nearly takes it back, and Christensen comes up with the loose ball. We're going to get a foul call on Kylie Christensen. I don't know if this is that a foul or just a violation?
Called a foul.
Well, he didn't come to the bench, or he didn't come to the scorer's table to call it a foul.
So what would the violation be?
The violation is throwing your elbows, but I'm not sure why that's not a foul as well. He never went to the scorer's table.
So I've watched and played a lot of basketball in my day, and I think it's got to be one or the other.
Well, I'm not sure how throwing your elbows, if you feel that the elbow throwing was some sort of violation, how that's not a foul. That's what I'm not sure about.
You're either allowed to clear space and be strong with the ball, or you threw an elbow. It's one or the other. So I don't know what happened there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's saying she threw an elbow. Why is it not a foul?
Right.
In any case, it's Laker basketball. 4.5 to go. Schaub for 3. No good. And it'll go out of bounds and be Viking basketball with 4:25 to go in the ball game. And the Vikings leading by 9. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to...
You got your super secret source still?
I do. I'm going to have to text him in between games. We have a super secret source who is an official. We don't like to mention his name in order to keep his identity super secret.
And avoid obvious hate crimes.
Yes, but he has been an invaluable resource on radio broadcasts, often being able to respond live.
He's our own Mike Peoria.
He is, except nobody knows that that's who he is. That's the problem. Poplinski on the baseline, off the high glass, and in. 42-35. Lakers still well within shouting distance. 7-point game with 3:45 to go.
It's another one of those weird games where it feels like one team's in control, but the point's not that big a difference.
Another beautiful entry pass to Kylie Christensen, who is just too strong. Once you give her that back spot, she'll just hold you off till that ball comes to her. You're not going to stop it. Nice looking jumper from Bunnick, comes up a little short, and it'll be Viking basketball.
As
3:23 to go in the game.
As expected, first opportunity. Here's some full court man-to-man. This time they got a girl on the other side so they don't get beat deep.
Hannah Emmington. Sister Hope, 3:10 to go in the game. Polis looking to get it to Christensen. We'll send it back out to Hannah Emmington. Lakers now picking up. Johns against Hazelton, inside 3 minutes to go. Inside, Christensen can't get it to go. But Bonzale is going to pick, Lacrosse is going to pick up her third foul. So now Lacrosse and Bonzale each with 3 apiece.
That's just a nice play by Hannah Emmington. Taking a little air out of the ball. Not forcing anything. Beautiful crossover. And then she's got this little move where she crosses to her left, brings it back to her right, but then throws a left-handed bounce pass. Kylie, the recipient of a few of those nice passes today.
Kylie makes them both. It's an 11-point Viking lead, I believe biggest of the game. Poplinski thought about the 3. Drives, spinning. Nice take on Hope Emmington. Gets it to go.
That's a nice move by Poplinski.
2:25 remaining in the game as Hope Emmington brings it over the timeline, gets it to Johns. It's interesting how the Vikings basically use Johns as a third point guard with the Emmingtons. In terms of handling the ball, it's
valuable to have.
Yeah, not a whole lot of 6-foot high school girls that can dribble like that. 2:08 to go. Little backdoor for Emmington, trying to get it over to Christensen. And the kick save by Lacrosse will give the ball back to the Vikings. Reset the shot clock.
Why'd she have to kick it? That would have been a beautiful left-handed pass that I just called.
Yep. Inbound to Christensen. Tough layup, won't go. Gets her own rebound again, and we're going to get a foul. No. We're going to get an offensive foul?
On a 50-50 ball, we got an over-the-back call for Kylie's fourth.
I didn't know that was the over-the-back. I thought he called it after that on her putback attempt. Not sure. Bunnick to Poplinski. Getting into the paint, down low for Lacrosse against Christensen. Lays it up and in. Nice move by Jennifer Lacrosse. 7-point Viking lead. Minute 45 to go as Hope Emmington will bring it over the timeline. Lakers need some turnovers now. Polis throws it away. Hazelton jumped over on her. Polis recognized it, tried to get it to Johns, but Johns had moved from where Polis thought she was. And so the Lakers will get it back. Minute 32 to go. Poplinski quickly. Skip pass for Bunnick. Across the lane for Hazelton, who loses the handle. And it'll go out of bounds and be Viking basketball. A nice pass across the paint, but better job by the Vikings defensively.
Beautiful play by Hannah to come off her girl. Anticipate that pass to the block. Can make it all the way from the top of the key to break that pass up. That's not in the stat book, but that's a great play.
And there's a near steal by Bonzale. Reading that pass beautifully. The Vikings get it back. They've got a 7-point lead, minute 5 to go. Hannah Emmington in the paint, loses the ball. Here come the Lakers. Bonzale up ahead for Poplinski, who lays it up and in. 5-point Viking lead And now the Lakers will take a timeout with 55 seconds to go in the game.
Well, you know Poplinski was going to finish that one. That girl's just got a knack for finishing, especially that one with no defense on a great look ahead by Bonzale. So you got to expect some full court pressure for sure. You got to credit Glen Lake. I mean, it looked like this game was just about to start to be salted away by Cadillac. Got to an 11-point lead there. 6-point run by Glen Lake in almost no time to get themselves back in striking distance. Got to expect more of the same if you're them. Try and get some steals, a little pressure on the Cadillac guards. And if you're Cadillac, hey, being strong with the ball and ball security is the name of the game right now. You're going to expect to press. Put your best press break out there. You got 3 capable guards, plus Michaela Johns helping you out with the ball handling. Do what you do, right?
And in this situation, if you're Glen Lake, it's a little bit less about the actual ball pressure on the ball handler and more about getting that step-in steal on the pass, right? You're trying to force them to try and look away, look ahead, but have somebody have a safety, basically, to use a football vernacular, who might be able to step in and get that steal. You don't expect necessarily to pick Hope or Hannah Emmington's pocket in the backcourt. You're trying to get them to pick it up and make a pass.
Right. And with 6 team fouls, Cadillac would be going to line for a 1-on-1. That's not a terrible scenario for Glen Lake. Put a little pressure free throw on you, right?
It's not Vegas for the Lakers right now, but
nice.
It is the right situation. They get it into Hope, and they will foul right away because Poplinski will foul Hope Emmington, who has not scored in this game. Yeah, really hasn't shot the ball much at all. That's not a bad foul. See what she can do from 15 feet.
It's not a bad foul, and I like extending the game too. You know, I mean, you run the risk in high school, try to get that 10-second call or get a pass, but there's no shot clock, so you're just taking more time off the clock. So get them on the line in a 1-on-1 situation. Really, the next 3 possessions on foul number 7, 8, and 9, give yourself a chance to extend it a little bit.
Well, and the other thing is Coach Bradford, as she misses, but Christensen with the rebound, and the Vikings will be able to kill more clock. Trying to foul somebody. Vikings doing a great job of playing keep away. 40 seconds to go, and Bunnick will finally foul Hannah Emmington. I was going to say Coach Bradford, too, knows that they've put some pressure on the Vikings, and they've been able to handle it. Why take the chance? As you say, you've got the 3 foul opportunities to send them to a line for 1-on-1. Why not do it? So it worked the first time, but they didn't collect the rebound. This time, Hannah Emmington misses it again. Rebound again by the Vikings, and this time Johns with the putback. That time Christensen didn't collect the board, but she tapped it enough to get it into the hands of Michaela Johns. Yeah, we're going to get a foul on the floor, but it will be 1-and-1 for Savannah Poplinski. Hope Emmington's 4th foul with 26 seconds remaining in the game. And Poplinski hits a big front end of the 1-on-1.
Girl's got some game, man.
She's got 8 in the quarter.
Seen a little bit of everything from a little transition layup, a little half-court 12-footer, some ice free throws.
And that's a couple of points for the Lakers with no time coming off the clock. That's what they need. 26.3 seconds remaining in this one is Coach Bradford. Jason Bradford will take a timeout. By my count, he's got 1 30-second remaining, but that could be their last. My stat sheet, of course, not official.
Well, it's still the 1-on-1 scenario. I mean, they got 18 fouls, so they get one more chance to put them on the line shooting a 1-on-1. So ideally, you'd like to get someone who hasn't shot a lot. I don't know. They got a lot of good free throw shooters, but maybe attack a Hope or a Kaylee.
Well, you would expect the ball will probably go into one of the Emmington sisters' hands. They've both attempted only 1 free throw, that coming in these 1-on-1 situations here in the 4th quarter, and they both missed them. Problem is on both occasions, Lakers weren't able to corral the rebound. Vikings got a bucket on one. So Johns will inbound. Calling it baseball pass. Here it comes. Nope. They send Christensen. Johns looking underneath. And there's a steal. Ewing over to Poplinski. Nearly gets the hoop in the arm, but she will go to the line for 2. Savannah Poplinski.
Well, that's what you talked about, Jay. I mean, good job for Glen Lake funneling Cadillac to the middle, allowing that free safety opportunity.
And Savannah Poplinski misses the first. It is a 2-shot foul, though. She was shooting, so she'll get a second chance to cut this to 4. And she does. 22 seconds remaining, and Michaela Johns didn't like what she saw. She'll call timeout.
Hey, Coach,
unofficially, the Vikings with 1 timeout remaining.
Coach Johns wants to tell her she can run the baseline on this. Just a friendly reminder, because she had Hope Emmington breaking long for the long ball that time, but she was underneath the rim and wisely didn't pull the trigger on it, but missed an opportunity for that full court pass there because Glen Lake's doing a good job pressuring up front here. And it's like sometimes they remember to do it and sometimes they don't. Glen Lake does. They're not guarding the ball, but that girl has to be standing somewhere in between the three-point line and half court to deter the long ball, and she's getting lost in the mix a couple of times, opening up that opportunity for Cadillac.
48-44, Vikings with the lead. Want to thank High Point Cadillac GMC, Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire for their support of these broadcasts here on 26 Sports and CCTV. You got a quick shot there of the Cadillac Crazies ESPN crew. Those guys are just better dressed than we are now. I mean, I half feel like we should call the game, but they should like mime it, right? Just pretend they're calling the game.
Hey,
so when they're coming to us, quote unquote.
At CHS_ESPN
on the Twitters. Johns will inbound, trying to get it into Hope Emmington, and they're going to call the foul on Bunnick. She was riding Hope Emmington, and that's a good foul, frankly, right? And if defend it hard. If they call the foul, fine, you're all right with that. If they don't call it, maybe you get the steal. That's a wily veteran move from Kelly Bunnick. And so for the final time, the Vikings at the line for a 1-and-1. Fouls after this will be 2 shots. 22 seconds remaining. Although I don't know why, because it was 22.6 and they never inbounded the ball. And Hope Emmington rattles in the first. Caitlin Schaub will check back into the game. Bunnick will take a seat. Nope, Ewing will take a seat. Bunnick will stay in. Lacrosse with the unenviable job of trying to box out Kylie Christensen here. Loose ball, Hope Emmington with the rebound. Nobody boxed out the shooter, and Hope Emmington will end up going back to the line now for a 2-shot foul. That's just, I feel Lacrosse's pain, I'm going to say it right now, because every time I've tried to box out somebody, say, I don't know, John McMahon size, I'm just getting shoved under the basket. And it's not like Kylie's pushing her. She's just moving into position. And she's just stronger.
She's a very strong girl. She uses her body well, and she's a really good rebounder. So
Absolutely.
That's definitely a tough box out.
Hope misses the second. Kylie wisely not aggressively going after that. Ends up in the Lakers' hands. Hope Emmington coming from behind. Rejected. 3-point attempt by Polis on Bonzale. And Polis will now go to the line.
Good anticipation. Knew Glen Lake wanted to get a 3-ball off. And a great move just to get her hand up just enough. That goes in the books as a block.
It's like a fingertip dunk. We're counting it.
We're counting
Putting it down.
In my official stat book, that counts. The one thing that, Coach John says, it appears they'll lock this one up, want to address. I mean, there's some missed bunnies here at the free throw line late in the game.
Oh, yeah, I've got that stat. We've chatted about it.
Okay. I knew you would.
Polis makes the second. 11 seconds to go. Poplinski into the paint. Floater won't go. Gets her own board. Ends up in the hands of Hope Emmington. And Poplinski knocks it out of her hands. It'll remain Viking basketball with 1.9 seconds remaining. Vikings are going to move to 11-4. 11 in their last 13 they've won after starting the season 0-2. And the 8-game winning streak of the Glen Lake Lakers comes to an end. 51-44, your final here in Cadillac. This 26 Sports and CCTV presentation of girls high school basketball brought to you by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services and High Point Cadillac GMC Pizza Plus and Cadillac Tire. We'll be back with some final thoughts and statistics right after this.